going on, everybody? It's your boy. Welcome to Fat Boy Fragrance. Of course, I'm Mr. Fat Boy. This one right here, I got on my skin, got it in the air. Let's find out. What I like about this fragrance is it combines some really nice scent profiles with a couple fragrances. Advantage, check. A little bit of Advantage in there. Dior Sauvage, check. A little bit of Sauvage in there too. Blue Chanel, check. A little bit of Blue Chanel in there too. So I love the combination. I think it smells fantastic. It's unique in its own take, but it has their little twist on there too. I think that vanilla on the end really kind of takes it back and says, hey, this is still one of our fragrances. Here's our little touch to it. All right, so you get all that Sauvage, Blue Chanel, and Advantage in there. And dry down, I almost get a little bit of a loosely, closely kind of resembles Versace Eros, just a little bit. So, not bad combination, right?
Is tell you about the long-awaited summer fragrance from E.J. Wells' Happyland Studios called Shameless. Now let's get something out of the way. First and foremost, no, this is not another Aventus cologne. It dances around the Aventus subject for a few seconds, but then that aspect quickly goes away, and it becomes its own thing. And how happy are we about that? I mean, does anyone need another Aventus clone at this point? You already own Club de Nuit Intense Man, and you already tell enough lies about all the compliments it pulls. So let's officially move on from that subject matter, okay? So then what is Shameless, you might ask? Does it replicate the smell of familial dysfunction with hints of cheap beer, whiskey, and deception? No, that's a different Shameless. This Shameless, as indicated, opens with citrus, blackcurrant, and apple. But I have to be honest here, all I smelled was citrus. Orange, to be precise. It was like I was surrounded by angry oranges wanting to know what my problem was. But I didn't have a problem, because I like orange. Then, when that gang of angry oranges started to finally mellow out because they realized I wasn't here to be confrontational, I started picking up on the mid-notes of jasmine, lavender, rose, and patchouli flower. Like I was out in a field on a summer's day with some light floral notes and the scent of an orange tree in the distant background, dancing around in the air. Did that sound descriptive enough? I was trying to make it theatrical. And then, when we reached the dry down that we started this whole thing talking about, the musk and the oak moss really balanced everything out and gave the whole thing a solid depth. Now, I can't say I picked up on the vanilla. I would like to tell you that, but I can't. And I also didn't pick up on the ambergris. Then again, I don't even know that I know what ambergris smells like. I'm not a nose. I don't know these things. I'm just telling you what smells good to me. You know, you shouldn't even really be listening to me, but you know what? There's not many other videos out there right now telling you about Shameless, so guess what? You gotta deal with me.
Very, very well bubble wrapped. Let's see, and this was sent to me for review. You know, not gonna front. I did not pay for it. EJ did send this to me. EJ is a very good friend of mine, but if it's an Aventus clone, I'll say it's an Aventus clone. You know, it is what it is. Because the notes, before I go to smelling it, let's take a look. I pulled up the website. The notes lead you to believe that it could be top notes of citrus, blackcurrant, and apple, mid notes of jasmine, lavender, rose, patchouli flower, base of musk, ambergris, oak moss, and vanilla. I know when I saw it at first, I immediately thought, oh dear Lord, EJ made an Aventus clone. Because he told me he was making something fresh. I knew he was making this before it was done, but he didn't tell me the direction he was going with it. And so I was shocked when I saw the notes, and I was, geez, don't let it be an Aventus clone. But if it is, it's going to be great because EJ made it. So I'll spray one more so you guys can see. Huge. Okay. Yes and no. It is not a clone. It is definitely not a clone. So I've had people reach out to me and tell me it smells like Aqua Amara mixed with Sauvage, which I don't think that. But I kind of get where they're going. I forgot who it was. I kind of get where they're going with the Aqua Amara touch. This is much fresher and muskier than anything remotely close to Aventus. This is not a dominating Aventus smell. Similarities, undeniably. The black currant, the bergamot, that's really jumping out at me. A lot of musk. I'm getting a lot of musk. And some ambergris. So I guess that's where the Sauvage comparison came in, because it's the ambroxan smell. But ambergris is more of a salty ambroxan smell, kind of. It's not so much shower gel as it is salty aquatic. And this does have a little bit of an aquatic feel, because this smells like a heavy dose of ambergris. EJ, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you'll see this, because I'm going to send you the link so you can see the video. But this smells like it's got a pretty good dose of ambergris in here, and it's shining through. I get the black currant. It's not overly bitter, but it's a distinctively black currant. This is a lot fresher than I anticipated based on the notes. And look, he told me this was going to be his freshie. And it's definitely a freshie. For Happyland Studios, this is about as fresh as it's going to get, guys, because EJ normally doesn't do freshies. He did this because y'all demanded a Happyland fresh fragrance. And this, like I said, you know EJ's style if you're a fan of Happyland Studio. He likes them darker. He likes them sweeter. He likes them fougere. He likes gourmands. He likes tobaccos. He likes the heavier fragrances. And this is just so light and airy, and I'm sure it's still an extract, perfume extract, you guys, because EJ didn't tell me the notes or anything. So I saw the announcement for the Happyland Studios Facebook group, and when I saw the note breakdown, my heart sunk. I said, oh, God, no, EJ, don't tell me you made an Aventus clone. You don't make clones. Why would you make a clone? That's really what I thought to myself. So I was horrified. I was horrified that I was going to have to sit here and tell you guys, well, EJ succumbed to the pressure and made an Aventus clone, but that's not the case. I'm so happy to tell you guys that that is not the case, because EJ always does originality so well, so that's why I was horrified at first, because the creations he makes are standouts. They stand out. You stand out when you wear a Happyland Studio fragrance, no matter which one it is. Yes, some are better than others, and that's bias. I like certain ones more than others, such as Paisley Sky, El Gudo. Love El Gudo. Can't wait for it to cool down again. I'm going to be busting that out. But there's a lot of really good ones. Rhyolite, fantastic gourmand fragrance. There's a lot of really good ones in his house, and you'll stand out with a Happyland fragrance, and I'll be damned. It's another standout, only this time it's a freshie. Because it doesn't... I do get the faint resemblance, but it was basically in the opening, and it's its own fragrance now that it's calmed down. The vanilla's, like I said, the vanilla's creeped in. There's still a heavy presence of ambergris. There's still plenty of bergamot. The black currant isn't quite so present anymore as it was in that initial blast. I'm not getting any rose, but I'm getting plenty of lavender. It's kind of smoothed it over, added a soapiness, and it made it a lot more aromatic. I'm digging this. Tomorrow I was going to be wearing Raja Parfum's Oceania. This just jumped into the rotation. So yeah, quick first impressions. It smells incredible. I'm sure it's going to perform all of the Happyland Studio fragrances perform. This is immediately jumping into the rotation because I'm pleasantly surprised. And when I say, because normally I expect greatness from EJ, but when I say pleasantly surprised based on the soliloquy I just gave you guys a moment ago, I was horrified that this was an Aventus clone, because I don't want that for EJ. EJ is too good at what he does, and clearly he knows that. That's why this ain't no damn clone.